Silver is a big deal. So what exactly is silver? It's a critical industrial metal, a powerful conductor, and a long-standing store of wealth, all rolled into one. Now with the AI boom driving demand for electronics and advanced technologies, silver's importance is only set to increase. So let's break down how you can trade this key asset. 2025 was the year of silver. Now historically, silver's been known as the poor man's gold, but that narrative is changing fast. In this video, we'll break down how you can trade silver and explore which approach might be the best fit for your situation. Let's get to it. All right, let's take a minute and go through the ways that you can trade silver or get involved in the silver market. The first way is going to be through basic investment vehicles. That's going to be buying and holding physical silver, silver bars, silver coins. Also investing in those stocks, those companies that are involved in the silver trade, either miners, folks that are involved in the R&D, anything that is cultivating silver or maybe actually importing and exporting silver globally in the logistics chain. So there's a lot of options there. You can also invest in ETFs that are sort of a basket of those companies. Now that's more of an investment way of looking at it. Now for trading, there's a few different vehicles that you probably are aware of. If not, let's run through them. CME Group offers silver futures. Silver futures are really a key part of this market. They let producers and hedgers essentially buy silver or sell silver according to what it's going to be worth at a future point in time. So these contracts are absolutely imperative to the silver trade. So you go over to the CME Group website and you'll see a full-size silver futures. You can go ahead and give that a click. You'll see the overview here and everything, and then the specs. This is a big contract. No two ways about it. You're going to need significant capital to trade this. The contract unit's 5,000 troy ounces. You're looking 3 decimal places in halves per troy ounce is going to be about $25 a tick. So that's absolutely expensive. The margin money required is going to be significant to trade this futures contract, and it's going to be upwards of maybe $51,000 as your maintenance margin. So that is a big time contract. Now the CME does offer micro silver futures, which is much more affordable. You'll see take it right down to about $5 a tick, which is fantastic. That's more really more the speed of the retail trader, and your margins are vastly different. You can see they're about a fifth of what they are for the full size, about 10,300. Now the intraday margins to trade these items may be a little bit lower. It depends on the broker you're going through. And anytime silver is extremely volatile, you're going to see these margins increase and decrease without any warning, according to the broker's prerogative. A couple of other ways that maybe be more attractive to trade silver. Number one is going to be the spot silver market. That's going to be the XAGUSD pair. We're going to talk about that in a second. And then also silver CFDs. There's a whole lineup of silver CFDs that are available on the open market. They track the price of silver directly, so you'll have a chance to trade CFDs or on the spot market. So over at Switch, there's a full lineup of silver products. Just go head on right up to markets. You're going to go to commodities, give that a click, and then you can head right down. You'll see silver is right up there at the top. So you've got an opportunity there to trade that XAGUSD. And over on your MT5 platform, you can see a few of the more popular offerings here for silver via Switch. You've got the XAGUSD. That's going to be your spot silver market. Very popular market to trade. You're also going to have that futures contract, the SIH6. That's going to be a March silver futures right now. That's that front month from the CME. So you're going to have an opportunity to trade that futures contract as well. And then lastly, you've got an opportunity to trade maybe some ETFs, some CFDs based on ETF prices. A lot of options over at Switch. They've got you covered in the silver trade. Probably the most popular is going to be your spot market here in the XAGUSD pair, silver against the US dollar. Let's go ahead and execute a real trade. Take a look at maybe our 9 EMA strategy with a little bit of RSI confirmation and see if we can't spot a potential trade setup. All right, let's go through some live trading on exactly how to trade silver over on your MT5 Switch Markets platform. There's a few different instruments you can use. You can just look at silver over here in your market watch, click to add, and just type silver, and you'll see that you're going to get a complete listing of all the assets from everything from drilling companies, CFDs. You've also got some futures market CFDs, and also the most common way is going to be that silver versus the USD pair, that XAGUSD. So right here, we have an example of the XAGUSD. We've got a long trade going, sort of in accordance with our 9 EMA strategy. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out with a complimentary EA. But you'll notice sort of there was our buy signal on the 5-minute. All the conditions were met, and we're actually holding a long here. Now, the real question is how do you trade it? Well, there's several different ways to actually place trades on this asset. The first one is going to be with your single-click trader. So you can go here. Let's say that we wanted to buy the market. You go ahead and hit buy. The drag and drop functionality is great. You can go ahead and take your stop loss wherever you would like, or your profit target. You just drag right up north of your position wherever you would like. That's how you would enter a buy on your single click functionality. To close any position, you just go right here, down here to your trader's toolbox, your trade monitor, and you can just hit an X there and go ahead and close your position out. Another way that you can enter an order here on MT5 for a silver product is just to go right over here, give it a click on the silver asset that you'd like, and hit new order. And you can see right here, brings up your order entry window. Now this is one that you can use for a little bit more specificity in your trading. So you got market execution. You could also click pending order. In this case, you could set a buy limit, a sell limit, a buy stop, a sell stop, a buy stop, or a sell stop limit. So there's a lot of different ways that you can design your order. Let's say that I wanted to buy into this market, but I didn't really want to buy in at market. I wanted to maybe buy down here, maybe 80 and a half, somewhere in that zone. So I've got a chance to put on my volume, which would be one lot. Let's go ahead and just enter this. Let's say, let's see, 80.5. So that would be my order. And let's go ahead and place that. And you'll see that it'll rest right there at market until we're hit. And then I'll have a live position there. So we can certainly do it that way. Now the last way, and let's go ahead and pull up our futures contract here with silver. In order to change assets, you're just going to go ahead and give that a click and drag and drop onto your chart. And you can see we've dropped that silver futures contract there. The next thing that we can do is bring up a trading dome. Now this is very common in the futures trade, and it's just, you got a little button right here up on your top line, and you're just going to go ahead and open up your one-click trading or your trading dome. So right there, this is the trading depth of market. This is very, very common for futures traders. You'll notice you can see some of the lot sizes and volumes that are changing hands along with your price, and there's all sorts of properties there, so you can dial this in to show exactly how many price points you would like. So there's three basic ways to enter a trade over on your MT5 platform. You can use your trading dome, we just showed you, also your single click trader, which is right up here, and then you could also just go over here and maybe right click on your product, and it'll give you an order window there. So those are the ways that you can actually trade silver over on your switch markets. MT5, a lot of options, pending orders, market orders, trading domes, whatever you need, it's right there. So it's a great market. Do enjoy trading it.
Now let's talk projections. At current production levels, silver supply is already fairly tight. Mining output hasn't seen explosive growth, and new supply takes time to bring online. Now at the same time, demand is accelerating, especially from AI, data centers, renewable energies, and advanced electronics, all of which rely heavily on silver's conductive properties. Now here's the key point. You can't just flip a switch and produce more silver. From discovery to production, a new silver mine can often take years, sometimes more than a decade to come online. So when you combine the slow-moving supply with rapidly increasing demand, you get a clear imbalance. Over the intermediate to long term, that potential shortage paired with enhanced demand puts silver in an exciting position.
The silver markets are deep, volatile, and full of opportunity. But trading silver isn't the holy grail of wealth. Here's a pro tip. If you're going to trade silver, practice aggressive risk management. This could be a wild market, so staying disciplined and vigilant in the face of volatility is absolutely essential. That's all for now. Like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and we'll see you in the next one.